My name's Ossian and I'm from UniResolution. I wanted to talk today about the difference between complaints and appeals. They can often seem very similar and it's difficult to know which one you need to make, but it can make a big difference to getting a problem resolved quickly. So for example, if you've got university accommodation and the Wi-Fi is not working, do you make a complaint or do you make an appeal? So let's start with what an academic appeal is. An academic appeal is a formal challenge to an academic decision. So usually this is about progress, grades, academic status. So you're asking a university or a college to reconsider a decision that they made. Whereas a complaint, on the other hand, it's about a university or college falling short, okay? Not living up to the expectations that you had and the guarantees that they provided. So it's really about an expression of dissatisfaction about something they did or didn't do, about the services that were provided. And so this covers a lot of ground, but really it's about the quality of the experience, not the decision making itself. And that is essentially the key difference. Complaints are about service or treatment, whereas appeals are about the decision. So if you're unhappy with a decision, so your grade, progression, admission, then you appeal. If you're unhappy with the quality of a service that's been provided, then you make a complaint. So for example, if you got a lower grade than others in a module and you think it's unfair, then you would be challenging that decision, that academic decision. So you would make an appeal against that decision, and you'd cite the issue, you'd say why it's unfair, what happened. And in this situation, it wouldn't be a complaint. You wouldn't be complaining about what happened, you'd be appealing against that decision. However, say for example, you're in class and the professor's always late, he cancels classes, and you're not getting the education you were promised. So in this situation, you're in an academic setting, it's about the quality of the education you're getting, and so in this case it would be a complaint. Now, it wouldn't be an appeal because there's no decision that you'd be appealing against, it's the overall quality that you're being provided. Another example would be if you're an applicant, maybe an international student, and you've been denied admission and you think that the university or college didn't follow their procedures. In this situation, it can be a little bit of a grey area because some universities will want you to make a complaint. Some universities will make you submit an appeal in order to address this admissions decision. And so it's important to look at the processes and work out which one would be appropriate. And so this is why getting it right can really save you a lot of time and energy. So if you are appealing against a decision and you use the complaints process, that's going to delay you. Similarly, if you want to appeal against an academic decision and you complain about it and it goes down the complaints pathway, then it'll take some time to get it resolved because it'll need to go through the appeals process. And so it's important when you begin, you look at whether you've experienced unfairness, and then you've got to think about whether it's a complaint you need to make or if it's an appeal you need to make. So at UniResolution, we focus on three main areas, admissions, appeals and complaints. Appeals against academic decisions, and then complaints about service issues. And so we understand that sometimes these can blur together. Sometimes you need to complain and appeal, but we can help you work through those different issues because it is a normal part of university life, of being on campus, of attending college, to complain when you're not provided the services that you expected, or to appeal when decisions are made that are unfair. And so from us at UniResolution, we want to help you figure it out. And we want you to get on with your studies without having to worry about complaints and appeals. So reach out if you need help.